all the way through, he was talking about the jet lag. He says, "Oh yeah, I felt horrible all week because of the jet lag." Is it because of the jet lag, Dan, or is it because you're weighing 10 pounds less than you normally fight at? Welcome to Northern Lights. I'm Dwain.
I'm Mark, and today we're just going to be doing our reaction videos to the UFC London card, which I thought was actually a great card all over, not just because I'm biased and from England, but at first I thought we could talk about Paddy Pimblett, because there seems to be a massive buzz around him. He's got his own following pretty much. Even Dana White was saying it in the post-fight press conferences. What did you think about his performance in general?
Yeah, I thought it looked really good. He came, got a first round submission. I was a little bit concerned because he got dropped, then tried to go for a takedown, and he messed it right up, got stuck up against the fence, but he managed to get out of it. And then, well, I don't know what it is. It's like a judo throw, isn't it? He did that sort of thing, got him down.
Very technical there, Dwayne. It's like
a judo throw or something like that. I don't know.
But no, I was the same, and it was the same as his debut in the UFC, where he got caught at first, and I thought, because if you remember last night, he got clipped by Vargas, and like he kind of went back into the fence, and then he went down, and I thought, this is him done.
Yeah.
But he managed to pull it back, and he's got his own following though, doesn't he? It's like just this aura around him of his personality, and so people love it. People absolutely love it, and could be a really big name. Give him another year or so in UFC, and you could be talking about him being right up there with the rest of them. Because he said in his first one, didn't he? I don't want people to think that I'm just a grappler. So he's got so well rounded and everything. But yeah, the buzz of him coming in and everything. I know you've got to fight, haven't you? But I mean, the entrances and stuff, they do make a difference, especially when it's in your home country and everyone's behind you. It's great to see.
And that's the thing, isn't it? He knows he's got this big following, but I think he's more modest than he's letting on, because he did say, like, I'm not ready to fight anyone in the top 15 yet, top 10. He did say that. Like, right. I think he knows that himself. Like, he's got to pace himself, work out the division, see where he is as a fighter, because he's still super young. He's still like, what, mid-20s?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he might be doing like a Sean O'Malley approach, where he's, because every fight he'll be making tons. So, like, why would he, go straight for a title shot as well, or at least in the top 5 or something? Why would he do it straight away?
And I wasn't too concerned when he did get dropped, because it wasn't like a big knockout drop. It was just like he got a little whack as he was going for a takedown. And that happens, doesn't it? Yeah. I think every fighter gets hit. I mean, I don't know of any fighter that doesn't get at least one hit. So, he's obviously got a good durable chin. Scalpers don't get knocked out, as he says. And then...
Yeah, I'd love to see him get knocked out, just for saying that. But you know what I'm like, though? I like a hype train to be derailed. And once it's derailed once there's a blemish on the record, then I can be a fan of him.
Yeah.
That's me, though, innit?
You only like misery, Mark. Once someone's been miserable, then you'll like them.
Well, yeah, that just suits my personality down to the ground, though, doesn't it? Overall, it's a first round finish. You can't sniff at that, really, can you? It went as if it were a grueling split decision win.
Exactly.
First round finish got him out of there.
So, and overall, what did you think of the card in general? Just the atmosphere and amazing, right?
Great, yeah. With my friend, because like we were saying before, it was on at a great time for the UK in the UK for once. So he said that was like perfect timing from start to finish, wasn't it? But like you were saying, you have the prelims on beforehand, just on the background and all that kind of thing, and it was just not because of the star power who was there. I suppose that will have helped, obviously, but it was finish after finish after finish. It was not that that's the only thing that you're attracted to either in the sport, but just because it keeps it exciting, doesn't it? And how many fight nights have you watched where you're like, there's nothing else on, I'll have a watch of this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like this every fight goes the distance and stuff. Even Dana was saying, the amount of stars that they're creating. But talking about the prelims, that brings us to the next one I was going to talk to you about. Who we were surprised that was on the prelims is Paul Craig.
Yeah.
Big Bear Jew.
Yeah, I never really get that nickname. I always find it a bit weird, but fair enough.
No, just go with it.
Yeah, yeah. I literally just before the fight, as I was walking out, thought I'm gonna whack on a fiver
Yeah.
for Paul Craig to get a submission first round, and literally, Matt, it's the most exciting first round I've ever watched in my life. I was just like, yeah, come on! I was literally buzzing.
£5.
On £5. Hey, £5. It gets you excited, man. It gets the blood
Yeah.
pumping. Yeah. But I
Still a
genuinely
northerner at heart, aren't you?
yeah. That'll buy me a whole beer in London, Mark.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah. But you see, when he was down on the floor, and he had a couple of attempts, and I was with my friend watching it, and when he actually caught him in that triangle, it's as if he kind of, again, I'm no expert on it. I'm not a fighter, but it's as if he kind of forgot that he's got to be wary at all times of Paul Craig because of how good he is.
Yeah,
And
100%.
he just got caught as soon as that were locked in. You're like,
He's got
he
him.
don't just lightly squeeze them, Paul. He will finish this.
And Paul Craig seems very comfortable on his back, because at first I just thought, you're laying on your back, you're getting mauled by this big guy. I thought I thought he was going to go out. I thought that's it. Because at one point, he literally got whacked in the head and he was just staring off into space. I was like, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, his arms weren't down, but they were like kind of not near his face.
I wonder, was he knocked out, or was he just waiting? You think, right, I'm just going to wait here, because he knows that's what he's going to do, isn't it? It's like, right, I'm going to wait.
You see his legs, like when he didn't get up, his opponent, he was just kind of stood over him, waiting to land down again. But you see his legs, he's trying to tie him up, even though he looks like he ain't doing anything. He's trying to tie him up with his legs. Now he's it's like he's constantly working. Great for Paul. Glad he got the finish. I really like the guy. Hopefully, see what he can do next. I'm surprised that maybe due to it. What's wrong with us today? We're both coughing. Like, I can't stop.
I don't know what's going on.
The Rona.
Yeah.
But so I'm excited to see what he can do next. I'm pretty sure, didn't he say perhaps June or July or something?
Yeah, he wants to fight Anthony Smith in Glasgow.
Yes, that's a dream fight for me in general. I love them both. I love them both, and I'm not sure what I'd want to happen there. Like we said, ideally a draw.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? When you become such a big UFC fan and you love almost everyone, you don't like seeing anyone lose. So, like, for me, if it was all draws, I'd be really happy,
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So, next one we was going to talk about was Molly.
Yeah.
Molly McCann.
So, I don't even know if she was fighting. I forgot her name, but it doesn't matter because she's now dead. No. But literally, Molly destroyed her for 2.5 rounds, basically. She was all over her. She's whoever she was fighting, she had nothing for Molly at all. She was keeping her at distance. She was beating her on the ground, beating her up above, and she did that massive slam at the end of the second round. I thought I was watching WWE at one point. I was, oh my god!
Oh no, yeah, it was like, I don't know. You're like, is Roman Reigns in there or something?
Yeah.
But I thought she was going to gas eventually, but then clearly not. But really excited. It's genuine enthusiasm that I'm feeling, and I'm going to follow her as well. It's going to be one of them where you watch. The great thing is not to get too far down this road, but like we were saying before, Dwain, the female fighters now, they're paving the way for people in the future generation. This is another start for me, but I'm talking me personally. I can't obviously speak for everyone else. This is someone else that I'm genuinely excited to watch.
Yeah, 100%.
And I want to see her, progress do well. It's like a Nunes card or Valentina card or something. As soon as when they're on, you're like, oh, I want to watch that fight. Or, a Zhang Wei, whoever for you. But Molly's someone that I'm genuinely interested in really watching her now. Because she's exciting. It's not just a kind of going at a pace, where it's going to be probably a decision or something like that.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Exciting fighter.
Yeah.
And I'm already looking forward to her getting in there again.
100%. It was funny when you see get that kid's belt. It was crowded. That was really funny. She was walking around with that belt, and she just really feeds off the crowd. And she's obviously an excellent fighter. And like you said, I was super worried in that first round when she just went crazy. I thought she's gonna gas herself out in this because she was chasing that knockout. But it seems she's got a really good team behind her, like a Con's like, take it slow, don't keep getting so close to her, because you get close, she's tying you up. Really good team, good fighter. I'm like you, I'm really excited to see what's in the future for her.
Yeah. Well, next we was going to speak about exactly. Look forward to seeing Molly next, whenever that'll be. Hopefully it's soon. Leading on to next is poor Dan Hooker, your boy. Arnold Allen. I thought Dan Hooker's great, but for me, again, like, I can't express enough that this is only my opinion. You know, some other people might think the complete opposite of me, but it's as if the other fighter wants to go at Dan's pace, Dan will win. But if they come out and show him something completely different, then it's as if I don't want to say struggles, because obviously I'm not a fighter. He would beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, but as in, it's as if he can't deal with that. You look at, I know Islam's unreal. You look at his last fight with Islam, taken down straight away. Look at Arnold Allen last night, swarmed him, absolutely swarmed him. It was as if he didn't know. But if the fight's dictated by Dan, then I think he'll excel. But I suppose you could say that about any fighter. But do you get what I mean from that?
Definitely. It felt like the pressure was just too much. Like, it felt like he was just going back all the time. He was just going back, trying to avoid Arnold Allen. Whereas I feel like if he'd have got a chance to reset, just get back into that timing, he could have caught him. You know, that's the thing. If you're swinging as mad as Arnold Allen is, you're leaving yourself up for openings. And Dan didn't take advantage of that. I thought, he's going like Matt, just throw an uppercut, do something that's that's going to counter him. Just say, look, you can't come to me at this pace. If you do, I'm going to punish you for it.
Yeah,
and Dan didn't do it. He was just going back, and he started swinging like mad, and he even dropped Allen at one point as well. Well, not dropped. I mean, they were both out on their feet at some points, and if it kept, I'm glad the ref ended it when he did. I just felt like, Dan needs to end in here.
Yeah, what do you think is next for Dan though? Because that's upsetting though, isn't it? That's really upsetting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think Dan's a bad fighter. I think Dan's actually an amazing fighter, really. Like, he fought Poirier and, like, he almost knocked him out. If it hadn't been for the bell, he'd have won that fight. He was so close to knocking him out. And, and I think we're kind of looking at Allen as though, he's a bit shit, really, but he's not. Arnold Allen, he's this guy. He's on, what, 9-fight win streak now. He's seventh in that weight division.
See, I never think it'd be fair to say he's a bit, or to think that he is a bit. It's just, these people are becoming household names. The amount of times when you've seen someone like enter the octagon, and when they're getting Vaseline rubbed on, and it comes up with the credentials at the bottom, and it says 11-fight win streak, and you're like, I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I've never seen him fight before. It's mad, isn't it?
But obviously, that's going to project him obviously more because of how big of a card it was last night, and he's English, so that'll project him now to be more of a well-known name.
That's the thing, isn't it? He called out Calvin Kattar, which I think will be a great fight. If he can beat Calvin, that puts him right in a title picture. Like, he's literally that close.
100%, yeah. That would be a really interesting fight.
And I wonder if for Dan, is that weight cut harder than it seemed for him? Because all the way through, he was talking about the jet lag. He says, oh, yeah, I felt horrible all week because of the jet lag. Is it because of the jet lag, Dan? Or is it because you're weighing 10 pounds less than you normally fight at? Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, I'd love for that. Exactly what you've just said then, to be clipped up into a 10-second piece and to be sent to Dan. He's talking about the jet lag, but is it, Dan? Is it? Or is it just that you're struggling to make the weight? I'd love for that just to be sent to the Hooker residence and just to see his reaction. Because it sounded like a personal attack, that.
I know. No, but I love Dan. That's the thing. That's the thing. He's one of my favourite fighters, I think he's so entertaining.
It is one of them. You feel for him as well. When he was just sat there so disappointed, you're like... But he's part of it, isn't it? But Dwain, on to the main event. You got Tom Aspinall taking out Alexander Volkov. I actually had my doubts just as they were coming into the cage, and I was thinking Volkov's very experienced. He's been there for a while. He's been there with a lot of big names. Yeah. He might do Tom here, but complete opposite. Tom, there wasn't a hole in his game, was there? I know it didn't last long, but there literally wasn't. He was so quick on the feet. And the second takedown that I gave to Volkov, if you go back and watch it, it almost looked too easy.
Yeah.
He just kind of stormed through and went through. It didn't look like he was struggling at all. He's got it all, doesn't he? He's had submissions before. He's had knockouts before. He's so quick.
Yeah.
His ground game was unreal. What did you think about it in general? Main event.
He's genuinely a perfect fighter, isn't he? He's well-rounded. He's charming. Like, he's good on the promo as well. Like, you know, he's really charming. People like him. He's strong. He's fast. He's technically capable. I could not see any holes in his game at all. Even though, you know, of course, we're not, you know, technical analysis. So, you know, we don't know everything.
Far from it.
I'm sure there's, like, you know, there's some guys who are going, well, Tommy, he left this open. He could have got taken down here. You know, yeah. I'm sure there is issues, but nothing an idiot's eye like mine can't see anyway. He looks really good. He's a great fighter. And I was shocked and I wasn't shocked. I knew it's exactly what I thought Tom would do. I thought he'd win by submission, but it felt like he could have won anywhere at that point. It felt like he could have knocked him out. He could have tapped him out. He could have done anything to him. Yeah.
For that, I know it was only a short fight, and he was saying, you know, I've never fought in front of this bigger crowd or anything like that. I don't know how I'm going to fare.
That's the first crowd in UFC's ever had, Mark.
Silly. It's like he was just, like he said after, he's just born for it. But a nightmare. It seems like it's coming to life now, Dwain. He called out Tai Tuivasa, which we've made a video on before, and I think it's a dream fight, but it's one that we do not want to have. More so than Paul Craig and Anthony Smith. This is just, I do not want either of these to lose.
Yeah.
But I think if it came down to it, I think Tom could beat Tai.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Tai's a great fighter, really, really good. And he showed that he's a lot more technically able when he fought Derek Lewis, because when he came out with Derek Lewis, we thought it was just going to be stand and bang. They were wrestling for most of the fight. They literally wrestled for most of it.
Yeah.
But I think Tom is probably stronger, faster, and more technical than Tai. But Tai has that really powerful right hand, or is it left hand? I don't know. He's got powerful hands.
Punches, yeah.
Yeah. Just what if he can catch Tom, you know, he's still got a good chance, but I don't think he's got anything for Tom.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something hopefully happens this year. I'd love to see that fight. And I don't think Tai's in too much of a rush to even go for the belt. You know, like some people, they beat one person in the top 10 and they're straight away calling out the champion. I don't think Tai's in a rush. Tom isn't either. He said a while ago, didn't he? Like, I'm taking this steady. And then he actually said he had a bit of a rethink. He's like, why would I? Because, you know. But overall, Dwain, again, no bias, not just being biased because he was in the UK, but really impressed with the card in general. That was great, exciting from start to finish. There was always just things going on, things to watch. It was constantly, you know, when you're, they're on next sort of thing. There was always someone to be invested in.
Yeah. UFC London was an amazing card. I really enjoyed it. And I think that'll do us. Thanks everyone for watching. If you can comment and subscribe, it really helps us out.